I'm Erin Courtney, and today I'm going to show you how to make Cajun mac and cheese. Welcome to my kitchen. A lot of times people ask me, what is Cajun mac and cheese? Well, I'll tell you, it's an amazing macaroni and cheese that is packed with Cajun style andouille sausage, and it has Cajun seasonings, and it's made with a beer cheddar bechamel sauce. It is so good, and it is so popular with everyone that I've ever made it for. So let's get started. I'm going to show you all the ingredients. Here are my ingredients. So I've got 2 sticks of butter, which equals 1 cup of unsalted butter. I have 1 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, 1/4 cup of Cajun seasonings. I have my 12 ounces of Blue Moon beer. This is just the beer that I'd like to use for this particular recipe. And then I have 8 cups of whole milk, 5 pounds of cheddar cheese. Yes, we will use all of it. 1 pound of this cheese will be reserved for the topping. 2 pounds of Cajun style andouille sausage that I've cut into little bite-sized pieces. And then 2 pounds of corkscrew pasta that has already been cooked and drained. So let's get this started. Here I have my butter going at medium heat, and it's a very large pot that I'm using because I just want to make sure that I have plenty of room. So we're going to bring that down to completely melted before we stir in the flour and make a roux. Now that my butter is melted, I'm going to pour in the flour. And if you don't have one of these little nifty contraptions, you can always use a whisk. Just want to combine that butter and flour to make a nice little roux. Let it cook down for a minute. I've let our roux cook for about a minute, and now we get to add the fun part, the beer. Oh, look at that. Makes me want to drink the beer if I wasn't using it in the recipe. Okay. Now that we put the beer in, let's go ahead and stir in our seasoning. So I've got our Cajun seasoning and our salt. And it'll start to thicken pretty quickly, but you want to just get it all together, combined well. And then we're going to slowly add the milk. Yeah, it's a lot of milk, but we got a lot of cheese and a lot of pasta and a lot of meat. This is a large amount. Now I'm going to continue to cook this on medium heat for about 10 minutes, if it even takes that long, just for it to thicken. Since this pot is so big, it'll probably cook a little bit faster. The sauce has been cooking for about 10 minutes, and as you can see, it has thickened. And one thing that you want to make sure you do while this sauce is thickening is don't just walk away from it, because since there's flour in there, the roux, it can get stuck to the bottom of the pot, and you don't want that to happen. You want it to be fully incorporated into the sauce because we're using it as a thickener. Lesson for the day. And we are getting ready to turn off the heat and add cheese to this. Now I'm going to add 4 pounds of cheese. I did set aside 1 pound of cheese because we're going to be sprinkling that on top of our mac and cheese once we get it spooned into the dishes. That's all nice and hot and fantastic, and we are just going to stir and stir and stir until the cheese is fully melted. And now that our cheese is melted, we are going to add our pasta. Come on in here. If I can get it out of the bowl, it's sticking. Ooh, look at that. Break that up a little bit. And add our sausage. We don't want to leave out any sausage. And then just stir this together really well so that everything is combined and coated thoroughly. Look at that cheesy, sausagey goodness. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to eat this stuff. Now for the fun part of spooning it into our foil containers. As you can see, I've got 6 2-pound containers right here. This is the size that works best for me and my family. I have my husband, myself, and then we have 2 young children. So the 4 of us one of these is more than enough for the 4 of us. So I'm gonna give them a quick spray. And then I'm gonna use this big old soup spoon, and whenever you pull the macaroni and cheese out of the pot, you wanna make sure you pull from the bottom because that's where all the sauce is, and you wanna make sure that every single bit gets enough sauce. Oh, look at that. Oh. Look how cheesy that is, my goodness. Now that these are all done, we're gonna top them with the remaining cheese that I set aside, so that 1 pound of cheese. And I did have some extra, so I'll put these in little microwave safe containers. I can take these to work and eat them, just pop them in the microwave and eat them for lunch. So we're gonna sprinkle the cheese on the top of all these. Now that the cheese has been sprinkled on top, we're gonna label these and cover them with the tops that go to these foil containers. I'll show you. All we have left to do now is put the covers on them and label them and make sure that they're ready to go so we can put them in the fridge or the freezer. So these little cardboard tops, if you go to foilpans.net, that's where I get my containers from. You can order the containers with the lids that come with them, so you don't have to worry about that. And what I love about these, instead of wrapping them in foil, is that you can stack them on top of each other in the freezer and they're safe. They're not gonna squish, the other contents that you have in there. For the labels, go to Walmart, get the label maker, just the little ones, and our little ones. Get this size, what is this? 5164, and I just print out. What I do is I tell what it is, directions on it, ingredients, because a lot of times if I make some of these and somebody says somebody's sick or somebody has a baby or somebody has a surgery and they need food, you can just take them one of these. It already has all the ingredients and the instructions and the expiration date and everything. It tells the person everything they need to know if you plan on making food for people. So this is what I use. Let's get these popped on here in the freezer. As you can see, these are covered, labeled, stacked, and I'm gonna put them in the freezer for a rainy day, which will probably be very soon. Now, when you're ready to eat these, I highly recommend thawing them out in the fridge first, if you can. You can bake them from frozen, but they are better if they're thawed. They take about 40 to 45 minutes, give or take, if they are thawed, and 60 to 70 minutes if they are frozen, but they are prepared meals ready to go whenever you need them. You just pop them in the oven and then you're ready to eat, and then you throw away well, there's not going to be any leftovers, but you throw away the foil containers. You don't have to worry about cleaning up. That's awesome. That wraps it up. I hope you liked my video. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram, and I'll see you next time.